Right, let's see. I am going to call. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Let's see. Let's do a volume check and see how. I'll turn down the game a little bit for this as well. The master volume.
Okay.
Let's
Do I sound
see.
all right?
Let's see. Chat. How does he sound? Good? Bad? Chat?
I can turn my gain up. I can do
It's
anything.
good. It's perfect. You sound great. Max.
Perfect.
Awesome. I haven't seen you since ExileCon. It's been a while.
I know that was great, huh, ExileCon?
It's so good. It was hopefully a little bit more. But yeah, do you want to introduce yourself to chat? A lot of people already know who you are from like Blizzard North and stuff, but talk a little bit about who you are and what you do with Torchlight.
All right, sure. I'm Max Schaefer. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Echtra Games. And as some of you may know, all I've ever done in my life is make ARPGs, starting with Diablo 1, Diablo 2, Diablo 2 expansion, and then we went on to Flagship Studios where we did Hellgate London and worked on a little game called Mythos. And the game called and Flagship Studios, as some know, didn't go very well, and we had to shut it down. So, but the little game called Mythos that we were working on was really the basis for the first Torchlight.
All right.
And so when we reformed as Runic Games up in Seattle and made Torchlight 1 and Torchlight 2, and then Runic Games made the game called Hob. They were kind of done with Torchlight, so we started a new studio here in San Francisco called Echtra, specifically to make Torchlight 3.
Wow, that's awesome. A couple of people in chat saying they were big fans of Mythos as well. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Mythos was going to be great. It was just super. I mean, when we actually have a working build of it, it was really simplistic, but it had kind of the Torchlight charm, and had a lot of potential. So it's something we look back on pretty fondly, and we were pretty happy we got a chance to kind of start over again with Torchlight.
Nice. That's quite the resume. That's quite a lot of games you worked on there.
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. I never thought that I'd spend my life making ARPGs, but it's been great, and I'm not sick of it at all yet.
That's awesome.
And
I'm
yeah.
very happy that Torchlight 3 has hardcore mode. I'm playing on hardcore at the moment. It's my first time playing any Torchlight game actually.
Oh wow. So and you're level you're into level 5 now, huh? And
Yeah.
you haven't died. And
No, not yet.
you're on hard mode, I see. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Hard
impressed.
hard on hardcore.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. That's awesome.
I love hardcore mode too. It's like the only way that you really, gets your palms sweating.
Yeah, exactly. And especially if you like want to play a game for a lot of time, it helps so much. I think it's great. Currently,
Yeah.
I'm playing this little robot, and I got a sword that's like freezing everything in one shot, which
Yeah,
is great.
I love cold is my favorite element.
Oh, nice. Yeah, same. There's something about games and like shattering things that just feels really good.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, I think I just encountered a mimic. So,
Yep.
with items and stuff, is there anything in this game above legendary?
No, right now legendary is. I want to go above legendary,
Uh-huh.
but right now legendary is the top stuff.
Cool.
And there's over 100 legendaries though, so you're not going to find them all.
Yeah. So it was really
And,
interesting. So far, when I find a legendary, it seems like I get to keep the skill for that
yeah,
legendary to use with other things. That's a pretty unique interaction that I haven't seen before.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So there's what we call the legendarium skills, and as you level up, you can get up to 3 of the legendarium skills. So one of the problems we faced was when you get a legendary item at like level 5 or whatever, by the time you're level 8, it's the numbers aren't good enough on it anymore.
Right.
But we looked for a way to like kind of be able to keep using the cool handcrafted affixes that we made for all the legendaries, and came up with this legendarium idea. So yeah, you could slot any of the cool legendary abilities into 3 different slots. I think you unlock your first one at level 5 or something.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's the idea is to like the legendaries are always useful, and you don't just level through them like you do in a lot of games.
Nice. And in a bit we can take questions from chat as well. Just have like I just want to ask some like generic questions before that. So how long does it take to play through the campaign at the moment?
Well, it depends on your difficulty level and your skill level a lot. This is one of those games where we have a wide berth of abilities from the players. Like there's a lot of players who have been playing since Diablo 1 and are just like
Yeah.
super good at ARPGs. And then we have players who have never played this type of game before, and so it varies wildly. I would say that like on hard mode, like you're playing, it'd take a little over 22 hours maybe to get through the campaign.
Huh.
More if, and that's, but much more if like you're decorating your fort and you're doing
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff as well. On on the most ridiculous level, it'd probably be about 32, 33 hours.
Oh,
But
wow.
again, that can vary wildly. There's going to be some kid in Korea who can do it in 4 hours,
Yeah.
and then a lot of people will take 50 hours. So
Speed running. That's it.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. And the fort that you talked about, like, what can I do there? Because I didn't like play around with it that much. Is that for like crafting?
Yeah, so you can do a lot of things there. It's first and foremost, it's kind of your place in the world. So you can decorate it, you can customize it, you get your stash in there. You can do crafting of various sorts. And one of the really cool things you can do in there is make these monuments. And what the monuments do is you feed them items or currency or something, and they grow and they give you an account-wide bonus to your character. Like, so the first thing that you'll get is the luck tree. And so you plant a luck tree in your fort. And if you feed the luck tree items, it grows the luck tree, and you get an
Oh,
increasing account-wide bonus for your gear find, for your magic find.
nice.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's a couple other different kinds of monuments that you can do in there. And so it gives you an account-wide bonus. And the other cool thing is that people will see your fort randomly in the world. Like we put
Oh,
people's forts out into the world, and you can use someone else's luck tree as like a shrine and get
all right.
like a 5-minute buff for your own magic find. So it pays to go, and you can use people's crafting tables and other things. Like it pays to go and check out other people's forts.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. So, is that like while you're doing the campaign or after the campaign?
That's while you're doing your campaign. So you'll get a quest to do the luck tree pretty soon. In
All
fact,
right.
you've already got it in your tutorial quests. I see you've got the collect the fertile soil from trees. So you got to
Right.
harvest the tree out when you're out in the overlook.
Okay. Cool. That is a pretty interesting thing. And what about
Yeah,
like
and
crafting?
um, so we do some basic crafting for fort decor objects, and we also do enchanting on items. And the enchanting on items is more of an end game thing. So after
All right.
you've finished the storyline, um, then you can get your enchanting table, and then you get recipes for that. You unlock recipes, and you can beef up your items. And
Nice.
then and like I was saying, other people can use your crafting table too with your recipes. So again, like if you're out in the playing and you run across someone's fort, it does pay to check it out.
Nice. And then the end game for this game, like, what does that look like? Yeah, is it like boss farming or like something similar to map
Yeah,
building?
it's sort of based on the old Torchlight 2 Mapworks thing, but we've put a twist on it. So it's called Fazir Shah's Endless Dungeon. And basically, there's this genie character who is like running a game show, and he hits you with 3 different cards that you have to pick from, and there's like a good affix and a bad affix for the dungeon that you have to run. Um, and So you kind of pick the adventure you get to have, and then you'll advance in levels in the endless dungeon as you go.
All
And
right.
yeah, and like I say, that enchanting is available there. There's all kinds of legendary items that are only available in the end game.
Okay,
And the
cool.
cool thing about that also is it's a very extensible system. So we're going to keep adding affixes for to make cool challenges in the endless dungeon.
Nice. And then for like going forward, like how often are you planning on doing updates to the game?
Well, we've already made quite a bit of content for for upcoming updates. We
Uh-huh.
don't know exactly 100% sure how we're going to do the updates yet. Of course, we'll do little things like I think we have a Halloween update. I'm spoiling things right now, but I think we have a little Halloween
Nice.
update planned. But we'll do
That's
seasonal
awesome.
things, and then we'll do some bigger chunks also. But we this isn't the end of it by any stretch. We want to keep making this for a while. Because we got a lot of ideas for cool things to add. So hopefully, unlike Torchlight 1 and 2, this will be kind of a living, breathing universe that grows over time.
That's nice. Is there anything similar to like, for example, in an old game you made Diablo 2, my favorite thing was like Mephisto farming. Is there anything similar to that?
Well, that's the sort of thing that kind of just emerges. Like when we made Diablo 2, we weren't like, hey, we're going to make a repeatable Mephisto run. It just turned out to be kind of the cool way to, the cool, fun, easy way to do it. So we're just going to find out what people do for that.
Okay.
And I suspect there will be like certain bosses that, are a little faster to get through, and people will start to farm that. But the idea is that you do the end game content.
Nice.
Which, by the way, we always get the end game question, which as a game developer kind of breaks your heart a little bit, because you spend all the time making a game, and then the first thing people ever ask is, "Oh, what's the end game?"
That's true.
What about the game?
That is an interesting thing with ARPGs for sure. Like a
It
lot of
is,
people
but
end up like storyline, all about grinding. That's kind of a
you know
nice thing
what?
too.
It is. It's cool, because you make, no matter how much content you make, people are going to burn through it pretty quickly, and so you have to have kind of a repeatable end game thing. So we get it. It's a fair question. It just gets you a little bit.
Yeah, I get that. Just vendoring. So like with gambling and things from the vendor here. Apparently people people from my stream are finding me in game. That's cool. So can I like just party up with people like easily?
Yeah. So if you're there, you hit the P key for the party menu, and it'll show people nearby, and your friends list will be there, and so it's pretty easy to party with people.
Awesome.
And you can just type in their account if they're not showing up there.
And like what's the
now
max
you got to
people
watch
can
out.
play
Yeah.
with?
You got to watch out for your difficulty levels, though. So I got to explain how this works. You can change your difficulty level. Like, so if you go back to character select and pick your character again, you can change it. But your character will only ever show the lowest difficulty level that you've been on. Right. So if you want to say, okay, I completed the game on ridiculous mode, you can't have played on hard mode or easy mode or anything during that time. And so when you're partying up, just make sure that you don't change your difficulty level down to party with someone and then say, "Hey, what happened?"
That makes sense. Yeah. And how many people did you say you could play with?
Oh, up to 4.
Up to 4. Cool.
I think it's really fun with 2. You get 4 people shooting off their stuff, and it's kind of, it's chaos as is, but you get 4 people playing. But that's also fun too. Sometimes it's just to turn the screen white with explosions.
I'm gonna try maxing Frost Blast. I'm quite enjoying that playstyle.
Yeah, so you saw the relic system. This was a big change we made from the early access. Is we had this whole relic skill tree thing, but you got it later in the game, so you didn't see it at first. And so when we started early access, we had a rough early access, as a lot of people know. For the first 48 hours of early access, people flooded in and hammered our servers, and people got disconnected, and it just wasn't working for the first 48 hours. And we got savaged on Steam with our reviews for that. But we deserved it. You pay your $30, you should be able to play your game.
Yeah.
But anyway, once the game got going, one of the big feedbacks we got from people is they wanted to feel like when they make your character that you've got a big number of skills that you wanted to see your skill trees.
Yeah.
And so rather than put this whole relic system later in the game, we said you pick it up front when you're making your character. And you can see that you have 3 big, vibrant skill trees of stuff, and so that was one of the things that the players in the community told us, and and they were totally right.
Well, it's awesome that you're listening to feedback. I think that means a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah, that was a tricky thing, because a lot of people these days sort of abuse the early access process. And it's just really to get more money to finish their game, But we did it because we know that our community is very passionate about things and have very strong opinions, and we wanted to get the game in front of them while we still had time to act on that feedback. It wasn't just finishing the game. We wanted to get meaningful feedback from our players and change the game based on what they're saying.
Nice.
So it took some time to kind of establish that that's what we're actually doing, and we're actually making big changes for people. So it was. I think in the end the process was great. We're still crawling out from the review bomb from the first 48 hours, but even that's all getting better.
Nice. That's really cool. At least I'm enjoying it a lot so far and having fun.
Oh, that's cool. I loved hearing that. I'm so nervous when I day one like this, getting on a stream, because I don't know if you guys remember Diablo 2, but people hammered the servers in Diablo 2 on day one, and it was like basically unplayable for a week. and that was even more scary back in the day. Like when Diablo 2 came out, and like we got way more people than we expected, and the servers were down, and everything was crap. We had to like physically order machines, and wait for them to be delivered and
Oh,
deployed.
do you know my favorite thing about Diablo 2 that I like? I even showed my parents this. I must have been like 8 or 9 when it came out, maybe 11. But the favorite thing about Diablo 2 was just that you could see arrows when you were shooting people as an Amazon. Like you could see
Right.
them sticking out of your enemy. How the times have changed.
The details. Yeah. Yeah.
So what about things like seasons and stuff like that? Obviously, PoE has leagues, Diablo has
Mhm.
seasons. Is there going to be anything like that for Torchlight?
We have plans for that. It is not, it's not currently in the game because we're just in the first season.
Yeah,
But yes, we do have plans for that. We'll be able to talk more about that in detail later.
awesome. That sounds
Yeah,
great.
but we do want to, it's really fun to have like a good excuse to start a new guy.
Yeah.
And we really want you to start and have many characters. This really isn't the idea here isn't that you just get one guy and you grind him for the rest of your life. It's really fun to make different builds and start new characters, and seasons are a great way to kind of have a format
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like that a lot. And what about trading? So currently there's no like trade, no auction house, anything in the game, right?
Yeah, and we have an open mind on this, but we didn't really want to have the sort of game where you have to manage an economy and worry about gluts of items and people just getting the best items before they even start playing. In our opinion, it's most satisfying when you kill a monster and find your items and you earn it. Having said that, we are considering adding trading, and it would most likely be a thing where like you can trade with your party during the adventure that you're on,
Okay.
and that sort of thing. But yeah, we're going to kind of wait and hear from our community on what they want for that as well.
That makes sense. Personally, I'm a big fan of like opt-in solo self-found.
Mm-hmm.
Because like for the way I play games, I actually agree. I think there's nothing more enjoyable than finding your own items and stuff, and that can make even like a common item can be a special thing when you're solo self-found. But I think it's good to have both options.
Yeah, we'll end up with some sort of trading, I'm sure.
Nice. What about how do you feel about things like auction houses? I think that's always a interesting topic.
Yeah, so I mean, the auction house didn't go so well for D3. I think that the problem with auction houses is that you have either it becomes the by far the easiest way to get the best items in the game,
Yeah.
or you know, I don't know. I guess I feel like what happened with D3 is they had to adjust the drop rates to kind of compensate for the auction house, and that kind of upset the core loop of the game, which is find monsters, kill monsters, and get item. And so the rebalancing you have to do to have a marketplace of all the good items is kind of ruins the main game.
Yeah.
So we're opting out of that.
That makes sense. Nice.
We just don't want to do that.
No, that's good. I hate auction houses with a passion, personally. So that's good. So what about like what's your favorite class so far? You said you favored cold skills. I've only been trying the robot so far. And
Yeah, I love.
there's 4 different ones you can play, right?
Yeah, there's 4 classes. I love the forged a lot. When we were designing the forged, we were a little nervous about whether you can identify with something that's mechanical. Like can you really see yourself as a robot? But in many ways, I think he's like the most human character. Like because it's all mechanical, you kind of have to give him really human gestures and emotions and stuff. And then like our Dusk Mage is very serious and schooled in the in the magic arts and all that, and it's almost like the Forged is just like the guy next door, like he's your good guy neighbor, and and so I love the Forged because it's the most human of all the characters. I love the Railmaster too because he literally had you have a train that follows you around and you get skills for your train, and there's just a lot of really fun, unique strategies that you can get with that. And it's a
That's
thing that
definitely something I haven't seen or heard of before in a
right.
ARPG.
And then of course we have you have to have a kind of down the middle mage class, and then we have the sharpshooter too, which uses the guns and the pistols. So there's and those are really fun classes too because you really move around the screen a lot and there's a lot of active action. So yeah, I think the character classes I think is one of the things that has always set the Torchlight franchise apart. And I think,
The train thing sounds awesome. It's I actually thought this character was the train character.
oh no, no, the Railmaster. The lore on that is that these guys were building the rails that transported people across these hostile, barren lands with just monsters. So they had to be able to fight and they had to be able to build things.
Yeah.
And we kind of hinted at it in Torchlight 2 with the engineer class, but this time we wanted to like literally have a train.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna try next. I'm gonna try this for a while, and then I'll try the Railmaster next.
You probably will eventually die.
I don't know. I
I don't
told my
know.
chat I will get 50 subs if I die.
Nice.
I don't think so. Honestly, I found a secret strategy. It works in pretty much every game. It's called the don't get hit.
Yep.
It works insanely well.
Yep. I'm impressed you've gotten this far, actually.
Oh, really?
For never having played, yeah.
I have a lot of experience with dying in Path of Exile. Let me tell you.
Right. Yeah. If you've played a lot of Path of Exile here, you'll do fine here. This is definitely like the more approachable, accessible Path of Exile. Like they have definitely cornered the more hardcore. Like all you got to do is look at their skill web.
Yeah,
this is
nice.
for the hardcore people to really sink into. But I think Torchlight 3 is probably a broader market game. It's made to be on consoles as well. Right off the bat, we're launching on PS4, Xbox, and PC today.
Oh, nice.
And we've never done that before. And we're, by the way, launching on Switch a week from today. So I don't know if that's hit the news yet or not, but our Switch release date is the 22nd, I think, roughly a week from now.
Nice.
But yeah, we've never done
mobile?
multiple. No mobile. Nice. And I see that like people are like, "Is this a mobile game?" No. Where did people get that?
It's actually my number one pet peeve with playing a lot of games, because I'll play a lot of games with like really nice graphics. Like first, I don't know if you've heard of the game Jurassic World, but I played that and people were like, "Is this a mobile game?" And I'm like, "What? Powered by the sun?" So it's weird.
Yeah. But whatever. Yeah. I think actually that was because we started out as a free to play project.
Right.
And that just caused suspicion and fear from our community.
Right. Interesting.
And like PoE shows that you can do a free to play game without it being exploitative and all that. But there was no telling the Torchlight community about that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, speaking about free to play, that's actually a great thing to talk about. Are you guys worried about monetization in the future? Do you have anything like to like provide continued support other than just buying the game?
Buy the game, people. That's how we do it. Now, it's kind of a Torchlight tradition just to be like one price. You buy it, you're done. It was also a reasonable price. We're not $60, we're not $80, or what crazy things people are charging these days. And I think that's just a Torchlight tradition. So we may do like if we do big updates in the future, they may be you buy the update, but we'll also have just free little updates just to keep people going. But basically, we want to just keep increasing the universe and drive base game sales.
Okay,
that's the idea. I mean, if you bought the game from us, you should, we like you. We're going to keep feeding you.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I like that. I hope that's possible as well. So it's going to be interesting
to see
the future.
Yeah, we will not do item sales of any kind.
Nice.
So it'll just be free updates or a big update that you buy. I don't know, $10, $20, whatever.
Yeah. What about in the future? Obviously, this just released now, but have you guys already thought about like future classes and stuff?
Oh yes.
Nice.
Yeah, we have ideas for future classes. We've actually even done some work and future lands and items and everything.
Oh, any future class you can tease for people?
I cannot tease any future classes, or else I will get a curse upon me.
That's fair. That's fair. We don't want any curses. That's fair.
Yes. The marketing department is very powerful.
I bet. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see. We can start taking some questions for a lot of people. Actually, been asking about. There's 2 different prices on Steam.
I think that's a glitch of some sort. We are we're transitioning from our early access price of $30 to our retail price of $40, and I think that it got caught halfway between that switch.
Okay, that makes sense. What about mods and stuff like that for the game? Is that something that's possible if you're playing single player?
It's something we talk about a lot, and if we find that we have a pretty robust single player community, we're probably going to add mods.
All right, interesting.
Yeah, it really doesn't work for the online portion because we actually, this is a secure game. Like uh,
Yeah.
it's played on our servers, and adding mods to that just adds like an order of magnitude of complexity to make it fair and not cross pollinate and all that. But single player is safe. So if we find that people are kind of getting into the single player and we have a crowd there, then for sure.
Nice. That's really good.
I love, mods were great for Torchlight 2, and we certainly have no philosophical objection to that at all.
Very cool. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, someone was asking, David Breivik is streaming on Twitch right now. Does Max have any plans to stream on Twitch? That'd be pretty cool watching you play the game.
Oh my gosh! If I play the game, I can't talk. I have trouble enough being coherent anyway. But if I'm clicking, if I'm clicking, it all goes downhill. But I'd probably go check out David's. David Breivik is still a very close friend of ours, and he actually lives like 4 blocks from us.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll probably go crash his stream after this.
Nice. That's awesome.
By the way, buy David's game. It lurks below. It's a lot of fun.
It is. It really is. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad everyone's like still friends and stuff. That's cool.
Totally.
Like a lot of my Diablo heroes.
Well, it's we're all one big happy ARPG community. Yeah, like you said, we were all at ExileCon.
Yeah.
Those guys are super awesome, also.
Yeah. No, that was cool. When I for chat, I got to take a picture behind the scenes. It was right before me and Chris Wilson were going for an interview, or like a stage talk. So I got like a picture with like Schaefer, Breivik, Chris, everyone. It was awesome.
Nice. That was a great time. New Zealand is awesome.
That was the before times.
I know, right? It seems like
how
long
has
ago.
that affected development for you guys? Actually, like COVID and everything.
Well, it certainly didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, like one day, we don't have an office anymore, and everyone was sent home.
Damn.
And that. I don't know. Looking back on it, I can't believe that we're here today, releasing on 4 platforms.
It is very impressive.
And we're all alive, and and things are going okay. Yeah. It's testament to our group that they kind of just rolled with the punches on it.
Yeah.
And kind of transitioned to working from home. We were a little bit lucky in that it was sort of late in the project, and we were almost to the point where we were just fixing bugs, and so you kind of had a list of things to do, and so that's kind of a nice thing to do at home when you're alone and there's not a lot of distraction.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if we were like in that early blue sky, just spitballing ideas and super creative mode, that would have been more of a challenge to do remote. But kind of the stage we were in, it was manageable. But
nice.
boy, it's still a challenge, And in the middle of it, also, all of a sudden, we're in California, in Northern California, and like
the
right
fires.
towards the end, all of a sudden, there's fires now, and we have employees being evacuated from their houses and rolling blackouts and
insanely bad luck. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, God, what is the universe going to throw at us next?
I know. Aliens. That's it. Aliens riding in on meteors.
Yeah.
So people are asking, is there any PvP mode for the game currently?
There's no PvP mode right now. Again, something that we can explore for the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's really difficult to do good skills that work against both monsters and other players. You never want to be frozen in place when you're a player, but freezing a monster in place is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, I know. I'm like still like very surprised how strong this sword I found with like freezing everything.
Yeah, you got a good one.
Let's see, there was another question. Like, obviously, I haven't gotten to the endgame and stuff right now, but Tagger underscore saying story campaign is really great. Kudos to them, but the endgame that you spend most of your time in is massively lacking and boring by comparison. Is there any chance for the endgame to get an uplift?
Yeah, that's like I say, there was. The way the end game works is you kind of it's like MapWorks. It's like in Torchlight 2 where you would use MapWorks scrolls to keep going. In this case, it's just you get to kind of choose your adventure by picking the affixes that are in the dungeons that you're going to play, and we're going to be able to keep adding the affixes to that and keep it keep growing it so that you get more meaningful, cool, fun choices. The end game system was one that we put in during the early access, kind of based on the player feedback also. And it's something that I kind of wish that we had started, a year and a half ago instead
Yeah.
of 6 months ago, because we could have it more flushed out. But it's something that it was designed as an extensible system so that we can keep adding to it and keep making it more and more fun. So
Nice.
just look at it what it is today. I wouldn't agree that it's boring, but it's vestigial. Let's just say it's something we're going to keep building on.
Nice. And what about are you guys going to have multiple end games that the player can choose from eventually, or do you guys want to focus on that one?
We're going to focus on that one for now, but again, we want to just keep making stuff, and a lot of what we plan for the future is based on player feedback. Um,
Nice.
we
Yeah,
are
it
we're
seems like you
we have a
listen to
very
players a lot, which is pretty good to see and hear.
yeah, we have a very active Discord, and yeah, we take what people say very seriously, and there's almost always one or another dev in the Discord channel that you can talk to directly.
Wow,
Um, so yeah, we love our players, and we love interacting with them and kind of building it with them.
that's pretty
We don't
cool.
we don't we don't pretend that we have better ideas than our community. There's a lot of brain power out there, so why not take advantage of it?
That's really cool. Really, really good stance. In Path of Exile, there's like racing is very popular. Is that something you guys are interested in for your community? Like people speedrunning the game and
Yeah,
have
we really want to have a competitive thing that people can do, and racing and time dungeons and things like that are possibilities. And then you can attach various ladders to them, to kind of track it all. And so we intend to go that route, but we do want to kind of take our time with it and make sure that what we come up with is robust and fun and kind of scratches that itch. But yeah,
nice.
we need some sort of competitive thing for sure.
Awesome. That sounds particularly interesting to me. Awesome.
Yeah. Now, see, I'm kind of the opposite. I like to just make crazy builds. Like, I'm definitely not a min maxer.
Yeah.
A lot of times during testing, my build strategy was to pick all of the skills that I would never take. When you're looking
Oh,
at the skill tree, like, oh, that one looks cool. Nah, not so much that one. That one looks good. If you just make a build out of all the ones that didn't look so cool, you kind of find that there's some really fun kind of surprise builds in there.
no, that's nice.
Um,
I like that.
yeah, and I do that for testing because you want to try everything and make sure everything's working.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you get in ruts. Like I like to build a forged with with this and that ability, but you force yourself to make all the other builds just to make sure that things are working, and you find out that there's some really fun things out there that you wouldn't have expected.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of guy I am. Like I would never look on the internet to see what the optimum build is for something.
Nice. So you like making your own builds. And while talking about that, how much time do you get to like play your own game like while working on it? Like that must be hard to balance.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like pretty early on, you're just testing the things you're making all the time. So you're cheating up a character, you're going to a specific level, and you're just fighting a boss and
Yeah.
checking it out. And you don't really get until later in development, you don't really get the sense of like what the progression is and playing from start to back. But for the last several months, I've been like starting a character and playing all the way through the game. And just to see, just to see how that feels, how the progression is, how the balance is from front to back, and all the way things kind of chain together. Um, and so I'd say that like for the last few months, I've done a lot of just playing front to back, and it's fun to do.
I
But
think
you're always
this
testing. I'm stopping every 2 minutes and writing bugs and suggestions and stuff like that. So it's
how likely am I to die to this wide load guy?
he it gets more challenging as you go here. He's gonna when he gets to about 3/4 health, he starts adding players and he starts doing a charge attack. So just don't get complacent. You should be all right. It looks like you're doing good damage for where you're at, and you've got a good strategy. But it does don't get complacent because
All right.
he gets stronger as it goes.
At least I can freeze all the ads. Oh no, they're ranged ads. It was like first time I really got like a proper cinematic for a boss, so I was a little bit worried.
Yeah, this is occasionally you get one of those, and that's usually going to be a little bit tougher boss.
Oh. Yeah. I don't want to lose the bet with my chat here. They're like convinced I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Somebody else asked as well, is there crossplay? So like, if one person's playing on console and another on PC?
There's not cosplay right now. We're looking into doing though in the relatively short term is
Alright.
looking into cross save. so that
Oh,
you'll be able
cool.
to like save on one and then pick it up on the other.
Oh, interesting. That's pretty cool, actually. Nice.
Yeah, with 4 platforms and the craziness we've been going on, that was just doing crossplay was just too ambitious a goal. We're not a huge team either. We have 40 people in our company total,
Oh,
which for these sorts of games is fairly small.
yeah.
And to do to have 4 platforms to deal with, it's like we had to make some hard cuts.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, he's like charging a lot now.
And at about half health, it does another wave of ads.
Yeah, it's like spamming ads on me, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then he'll also add a like a missile attack that little things fall from the skies. So if you see a little targeting thing on the ground, get off it.
Don't get hit.
Don't get hit. Yes, maintain your strategy.
Nice. Someone's asking if you purchase the game on Steam, do you have to purchase it again on console?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
That's the way the Sony and those. I mean, that's the way they work.
Yeah.
They're not likely to let you get a free game just because you bought one on Steam.
Yeah. That makes sense. Oh.
Oh, yeah, be careful.
Yeah, I don't have that much resist. I've like opted all attack so far.
That's a bold strategy for
Hey,
hardcore.
let's see if it pays off. Dudu is asking, are they happy with their legendary drop rates as it is? It seems quite low, and I didn't find a legendary while doing the story.
Oh yeah, so literally overnight we got a tuning in that increases the legendary drop rates. So yes, it was too low. There was something going wrong on the build that was up for the last like 2 days, and the legendary drop rates went way low. So
Oh.
they are much higher now. You've found a couple, I think, already.
Yeah, I have 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, so we may have even swung it too far the other way. We can we can adjust drop rates and things like that, though. By the way, without even doing a patch.
All
So
right. Interesting.
yeah, so that tuning is going to go on forever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. I'm
Because
like,
you can't test and figure out every possible optimal build, so people are going to
yeah.
find things that are like that's just too strong.
Is there different drop rates based on like different uniques? Like, is there like a super rare legendary that I could find?
No, right now the legendaries are the most rare, the
Yeah,
most
but I
rare.
mean like within that system, like
Oh,
within
within
legendaries.
that's a good question. I know there's some that you don't get some of them until later.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But that's a good question. I think that it might be random across all of them.
Okay.
But I don't know that 100% for sure. I can ask our item guy Sean.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah,
What
that'd
do you
be
think?
great. I'm very very excited that you said that you want to add like more types of legendaries. I always love when there's like something like really really rare, like in PoE, just being like the first time I found a mirror, it was like it's an experience, especially when you know how
Yeah.
rare it is.
Yeah, I'd like to have a class of items that most likely you're just never going to find.
Yeah.
Because then the rare occasion that someone does find it's like holy shit.
Yep. Exactly.
Bizarre.
Yeah, I'm a big
I
fan
swear.
of that.
Yeah, totally.
Poor steel mage has still never found a mirror.
Ooh. Yeah, it looks like you're gonna be okay here.
Just gotta do the no hit strategy. Oh,
No hit strategy.
well, hopefully I got a
By the way,
legendary here.
if you play on harder difficulty levels, we give you more champion and unique item packs,
Uh-huh.
and therefore you kind of find better items too. But they move faster, they attack faster, um, and so it's not like it's just at the higher difficulty levels that they have higher hit points. They actually are harder to fight. Like they charge more and
Wow.
attack faster and everything.
Is it ever possible to freeze bosses?
Not some of. I don't believe so. I don't think you can actually freeze them. You can cold slow them.
Yeah. Almost. Oh.
Oof, careful.
Yeah, I just want
Looks like
to
you're
not
doing okay.
lose the bet here to my chat. I just lost the bet with them recently, and I'm trying not to repeat it. All right, we did it.
Nice, nice. There you go.
Blast rifle. Yeah, the itemization seems pretty good so far. Like, I feel like the affixes are the most important. Like ice just seems so strong.
Yeah, nice.
Hmm. Interesting. I think I'm gonna keep the melee. I'm really enjoying that. And how much was it currently? It was $40, right?
It is, yeah. The retail price is $40. That's all the platforms: PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and
Oh,
PC.
nice. Awesome. Let's see. There I am. Wait, how did I drop items? Oh yeah, there. Destroy. Cool. I did it, and I survived.
Nice. Very good.
And about drops, am I finding only items specific to my robot, or can I find something for a different class?
No, the items are instanced, so you only find stuff for yourself. The other people don't see the items that drop for you, and it's you will not find other classes' items.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So you really like
But
have to.
most items are across all the
Hog
classes,
champ.
but you'll like find chest guns for your forged, and no other class would you find a chest gun.
Interesting. And is that likely to stay like that, or is that something that's open to change as well?
I think it'll probably stay like that because if you're playing a forged and you're finding dusk mage items, it's like I don't know how satisfying that is. Maybe if people like that though,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to change.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan of like gearing up other characters, or like, oh, this isn't good for this character, but it's good. Or like maybe it's a reason for me to try something else.
Sure, and if you find a sword that or whatever that it would be good for another character class, just put it in your stash in your fort, and it'll be available.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, your fort stash is shared for all your characters.
Gear luck. I wonder. So, how important is magic find in this game?
I think over the long haul, it adds up. It's not going to radically change your moment to moment play, but over the course of the whole thing, it's going to add up.
Right. Nice.
That's why I always plant my luck tree in my fort, and
Yeah, I should go do that now.
and
Actually,
save
I should definitely do that. Like, kind of tempted to switch back to a rifle, but it's like the freeze is just so good right now.
yeah.
Wonder if I can still use my frost blast with a rifle. I'll keep it in check.
Did you put your legendarium skill in yet?
Yes. I'm using fire starter from like the old sword I had, so I still
Right.
get like the fire charge thing.
Nice.
Oh, and if I have fire wall equipped, I can cast frost blast to gain 2 more fire charges. Cool.
Yeah, they're synergies with certain skills on a lot of these.
Yeah, seems like there's a lot. Where do I get fire wall? Vortex. I don't see it. Is that another legendarium skill?
Which one? I'm sorry.
Firewall. So it says with
Oh
fire.
yeah. Oh no, firewall will is on uh the fire relic.
Oh, right, right.
But
Okay.
you got the cold heart relic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
By the way, we're also going to be adding relics. As we go, so
Oh,
you'll be able to even pick for more when you're making a new character.
well, that's really cool.
Yeah. All these systems are extensible, and
That's
we want
really
to we
good.
want to keep adding to them, yeah. And we want to like kind of see what people are digging though, to see where to put our efforts.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of people are saying fire relic is really good too.
Yeah, yeah, they're all really really good. Like the poison one has a lot of summonses, so you kind of roll with this whole crew of poisony
Oh, so there are
summonses.
summoners too. That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
But it adds so many combinations. You can be kind of a summonsy forged or a cold forged like you're doing, or the blood drinker one is a lot of fun. It has some pretty fun active skills and causes people to bleed. Um, yeah, they're all pretty good. Yeah.
So on my locomotion, can I get movement speed on that, or am I always like going at the same speed?
You pretty much go at the same speed. There are shrines and things like that
Yeah,
can increase it.
I'm like completely frozen over.
I know, encased in ice.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's see, we can take more questions from chat as well. Let's see. Someone's asking if there's been added more bosses to the end game. They didn't enjoy fighting wide load so often.
Um, well, we can make sure that all our bosses are showing up in the end game properly. It may be that for whatever reason you're getting too much wide load.
Nice. Rookie is asking if the price will be adjusted for lower economy countries, so like a different price for maybe Russia, for example.
That's a good question. I do not know. That's kind of up to the Perfect World and their marketing department and all
Yeah,
that. We just make the stuff.
that
We
makes
let them
sense.
sell. We
That
let
makes
them sell it.
that makes sense. And what
Which, by
about?
the way, people should know they have been super awesome as a publisher. They haven't made us do anything in this game. So everything that's wrong with it is our fault, not theirs.
Oh, nice. That's really good.
Yeah, they've been really supportive of it. And they were, when we started the company, the only thing that they said was just make it globally monetizable, which meant free to play 4.5 years ago.
Yeah,
And they were fortunately really, really good about supporting the switch to premium price instead of free to play.
nice. Well, the honesty is really good. I know people really appreciate that, and actually, a few people were saying that it has been adjusted already for their country, so maybe it's just not everywhere yet.
Oh, cool, cool.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, how customizable are the different classes in regards to different builds, and is there a possibility to respec a character?
Yeah, so they're very, very customizable. You pick a character class, and then any of the 5 different relics really changes the makeup of your character. So right off the bat, you have a choice of 5 radically different relics to pick to build your character. And then we've tried to make um, and
Wait, what did you say? Well, you cut out after you said you tried to
oh,
make.
Oh, we wanted to make it so that there's lots of builds within the skill trees. Like there aren't a whole lot of throwaway skills, and the skill trees, your character class skill trees are all actives. You get a bunch of passives on the relic that you get. But like I was saying before, when I'm testing, I'm trying all kinds of different, just ridiculously improbable builds, and there's a lot of very, very, very viable builds that you wouldn't expect. So the customization I think is really deep. And as we add relics, that's if we add one relic, that's a different combination for all 4 different character classes. There's a lot you can do there. Now, respec is a very, very hot topic in our company.
Yeah.
I am very much anti-respec.
Oh.
I would have no respec in the game if it were up to me, because I feel like this is your unique, fun journey through this game, and it's not just like mix and match and everyone is the same and you put your points wherever you want. This is your story, and so I lose this argument every time though.
Yeah.
uh, and so we have respecs in the game. You find respectacles, which is just a little token that you use to put a skill point in something else. So it's not unlimited respec. You have to earn these respectacles, and that is a feature in our game that I will never use.
Oh wow, interesting.
But yeah, it's one of those religious arguments though that divides the company.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that you all have like different opinions on it. Personally,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the respects because it's like very, very punishing for a choice you make early on when you don't know better to have like a permanent effect.
Yeah, totally. And the point is that people play the game differently and they
Yeah.
have different wants and needs, and so we want to accommodate everybody. So our compromise on respec was that you have to at least earn the tokens.
Yeah. Well, no, that's awesome. It's like a really, really good insight, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's funny. There's people that are like me. They're like, never. I would never respec because that's fake, And then there's like, well, I just want to try different things, so give me some respec.
Yeah.
It's all valid. This is your game. You should play it the way you want. You should do the things you want to do to have fun in it.
Nice. I like that. Um, Someone's asking if you ever thought about like letting people customize the classes, as in like taking different things from different classes.
I think that if we do mod support, that might be something that would be possible.
Oh, cool. Very cool. I think this is one of the few games where I very early went melee instead of ranged. Like I have an
Yeah,
okay ranged weapon right now, but melee with the instant like or permafreeze is like so strong.
yeah. You're doing pretty good with that sword. I'm gonna nerf that.
No. It actually it's not that good actually. Sorry guys,
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to nerf
it. Oops. So people are asking about, like, obviously a lot of people like their characters looking cool and things like that. Is there any sort of like transmog system?
Yeah, we're working on Transmog for an update for sure.
Oh, cool.
Another one that I don't really like, by the way.
Oh,
I think you should look like the stuff that you find.
that makes sense.
Again, I'm all about like this being your hero's journey through this story, and there's no take backs. There's no, it's what happens. But
Yeah.
again, I'd lose that argument too.
And how is the transmog system going to work? Because you guys, I'm guessing that's not going to be a paid feature.
No, it would be, I don't know exactly how it's going to work, other than you'll probably be able to change the look of your item to something that you already have in your inventory or in your stash or something like
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I think Woolston had an interesting take on that. Like, basically anything you'd found through your journey, you could use to like
that.
customize.
You could use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've
Whereas,
got a pretty nice die system and stuff that we can make this, when we expose that to players, it'll be pretty robust.
oh, nice. I'm a big fan of die systems in games because that's something I like really don't like about PoEs. Like, it only looks one certain way and you can never change it. So I'm very much looking forward to that. See, let's see. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to have a movement skill already. It did say something about it, but maybe I just haven't
Yeah,
taken it.
there's a ramming robot skill that you can use, and that's basically if you get surrounded, you can like bust your way out of it.
Do I have that
And
already?
it's really important to have a movement skill.
Is that something I have
It's
to? Oh, I see
Yep.
it. I haven't allocated it. I see it. I have to
Yeah,
grab
it's right
that.
there. It's that second tier one right there.
Yeah. I think I need to level up to grab it.
Yeah.
I've just been focusing all on damage, which is I definitely want some more movement.
Well, it's working though. It's getting you through these things before
That's
you can get
true.
yourself in jeopardy.
I'm just freezing to death. I love it. And then I'm liking that there's like, I'm not just like doing one ability. I'm not just like left clicking. I'm actually like
Right.
using all my abilities.
Yeah, you got to use your stuff. That's the one thing people ask for too, is more skill slots. So in early access, so we did add a couple of skill slots, but I have to acknowledge that I'm older and I can only handle about 4 skills going on.
That's fair. So there's some fans that are asking, will there be another Schaefer's hammer in Torchlight?
There is already a Schaefer item in there. I'll let you guys find it though.
Oh, awesome.
There's a lot of call outs to the people in the company that are named for things in there.
That's pretty cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you guys had a headhunter. I like that. That was pretty funny.
By the way, on the Schaefer's hammer, my brother will insist that that's named for him, and it was actually for
me. Nice. Sibling rivalry. That's awesome.
By the way, everyone should also buy my brother's game, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. He just put out a game with his partner.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it's like a wing commandery privateer sort of game. Really fun. Nice. By the way, he made that with Travis Baldry, who is the lead on Torchlight 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
They have a little tiny company. I apologize for my dog barking in the background. Sorry,
it's all good. If there's anything Twitch chat loves, it's puppies.
Nice. Not a puppy, it's my ancient greyhound. I have an old rescue greyhound. She's 13 and a half now.
Oh, nice. But yeah, every time we hear it, they just start spamming dog emotes. It's great. And if people have any questions, just do at Zizaran and I'll try to ask them while we're playing here. But I'm also trying not to die at the same time.
Yeah, people ask what breed. It is a greyhound. I also have a lab though that looks a lot like the default pet that you can get in here, the dog, the yellow dog.
Oh. Somebody asked, how do you feel about cooldowns and skills? Do you like them the way it is now, or would you rather have them closer to like Diablo 2?
I kind of you got the rotating zombie bug.
Hmm?
The corpses on the ground. I was just watching you play. There's a little bug that sometimes the corpses will rotate around you. It's a very strange bug. We haven't figured out how that one's working yet.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. There's always bugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that you can tie every skill to your resource, whether it's mana or heat in your case or whatever.
Yeah.
But I definitely think cooldowns also have their place.
Yeah.
Not too much, I don't want to just be looking at my bar and waiting for cooldowns, so I like
Yeah.
kind of like a mix of juggling your resource and cooldowns.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I quite like that I actually have a skill to like get rid of my heat with the discharge.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun mechanic to develop. It's like we felt like we want to do something different than mana for all the characters,
Mm-hmm.
and with the robot, it's like why doesn't he just generate heat as he does things, and then you have to expel it? I think it works pretty good.
It's weird that
You-
it's only on one. I wonder if it's like when the ones I freeze while killing them.
It's going to be something like that. Yeah, the bug is going to be like if they're in a certain state when you kill them, then they don't.
Yeah.
They still try to find you.
I can't imagine how it is to like find bugs. I have a computer science degree, but actually
Yeah.
developing a game and finding bugs must be horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible, especially in a game like this that's got so many random elements because you can't just find them. Things can happen 1 out of every 1,000 times,
Yeah.
and of course that means that when thousands of people are playing your game, it's going to be happening a lot. But you can't find it, playing by yourself in your home.
Yeah. And do you guys have like a big testing team or?
Yeah, we've got I think 3 internal QA that are just always hammering on it, and then towards release we employ outsourced QA as well, just
Oh,
to
nice.
hammer on everything because there's too much to test, especially when you're doing 4 platforms.
Yeah, no, for sure. And the fact that you're doing on like multiple platforms, so does that affect like what you put into the game? Like for example, maybe there's a skill you want to do for PC, but that wouldn't really work for console.
Yeah, and because of that, we started designing for consoles day one. So the interface and everything kind of reflects utility on both controllers and mouse and keyboard. And so we were playing with controllers on the PC from day one.
Oh,
And I'd say like half the company prefers the controller. I'm a dedicated hardcore mouse and keyboard guy.
yeah, same.
Um,
Very much the
yeah,
same.
but there's a whole contingent of people that are like, no, I only want to play on the controller.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm definitely in favor of the PC master race there on
Yep, me too. I'm old
yeah.
school.
Yep.
It's
I
burned into my brain, the mouse and keyboard controls for ARPGs.
Same. It's like even to be fair, I do it for pretty much every game because I'm just so much more comfortable with mouse and keyboard.
Yep. Yep. But the kids. The kids use the
Kids
controllers.
these days. That's it. Um so like what's like is there like one end game boss here? Like one like big evil once I get towards the end of the game?
Yeah, towards at the end of the story, you fight one. There's the final boss
Alright.
for sure, and it's tough. It's that jump up in difficulty over the previous ones. So
Maybe that's where I finally die.
if you get that far, I'm already impressed you're this far. So
It's the free sword, dude. It's like starting to like lack in damage. I hope I can get an upgrade soon, but
yeah, eventually you're gonna level past it.
I know. I'm very much enjoying the fact that I can permafreeze this early though. I like
Yeah, I
tried to
like.
do that with my gun, but it doesn't like freeze enough.
Yeah,
So how does that work actually? Is that just like based on like the amount of cold damage I'm doing to the monster?
yeah. And there's a couple of freeze states. There's cold and slow, and then there's freeze. And then if you kill them when they're frozen, they get that satisfying shatter animation too, which never gets old.
Yeah, no, that's like I think every game just something about freezing. It's just so nice.
Very satisfying.
Um, how's co-op play? I haven't tried co-op yet so far, but do you want to talk a little bit on how multiplayer works? Like, can you
Yes,
progress everything together?
you can obviously party, and there are skills that are good party skills. Like if you're the rail master, you can use a shield car on your train, and that puts up a little bubble shield that if you're standing in there, you take less damage, and it works for your whole party, not just you.
Oh,
Yeah, so there's things that kind of synergize together, but it's a lot of fun to play with your friends. Like I say, it's up to 4 people, and yeah, you're going to want to be on the same difficulty level and all that. Oh, see, you've come to someone's fort.
Yeah, so is this literally another play?
That is another player's fort,
Oh!
and you can use that if you feed that tree an item, you will get a temporary magic find buff.
Oh, is it better if I... Oh, yeah, I see. It, like, matters what I give. So legendary is 18 year luck. Huh. And if I feed this legendary, I still keep the skill, right?
Good question. I think you do.
Awesome. I'm gonna
That's a
go portal
good
and go
question.
gamble a little bit first, see if I can get a better better weapon. Awesome. Well, we'll find out. We're gonna experiment.
There we
That's
go.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
We'll test it for science. Hope I don't lose
And the
my
tree
main skill.
the tree actually grows too, but when you get it to its final state, it's this big glorious cherry blossom tree.
Oh, nice.
I love that. It looks great in the fort.
Awesome. And
Some people really decorate their forts like crazy. Like you can, there's hundreds and hundreds of fort decor items, and so you can make like a really macabre, death fort,
oh,
or just
nice.
put nice vines and plants everywhere, and yeah, you can really make cool customized forts.
Oh no. I only got gray items from gambling. All right, one more try. Okay, I didn't get anything good from gambling, but we're gonna try to sacrifice my legendary. Lord Fuzzy Butts says there was a recent change to make so contracts only give green items instead of legendaries and blues. I agree with the legendary change, but why the blue change?
Um, should that might have been a bug? Well, you should get both legendaries and blues in your contract. Not as much as before because we wanted you to find your legendary items rather than getting them from the contract, but
Mhm.
they are there.
Okay. And this tree that
But-
I'm about to feed, if I feed it,
Mhm.
will he benefit or other people around benefit from that, or only me?
Only you will benefit from that.
Ah,
The fort owner is the only one that can grow the tree.
right. Okay. Well, let's see.
Let's find out, huh?
I have a buff, and let's see if
There
I
you
still
go.
have my ability. I do. I still have my ability. Let's go. Fire
There
Belly
you go.
Village. Here we come.
Yeah.
And I missed my sword. Please say there's no way for me to get that back, right?
Nope. I usually just give them a blue item or a green item when I see
Yeah.
someone else's tree.
Yeah. Could I have sacrificed multiple items there?
No, just one. When it's someone else's fort, just one.
Okay, cool. So I have eight. So how, like, I got 18% magic find. Like, what does that translate into? Is that a big chance or a small chance?
It's that's pretty good. You'll notice it. Maybe not right off the bat, but you'll notice that you're getting better items.
Oh, and there's a boss here instantly. So let's hope. Maybe I'll get a legendary back.
Yeah.
And then at level 9, I'm going to get a movement skill as well. Oh, no. Yeah, could
It's the
I...
it's the nature of RNG though that sometimes you'll get two legendaries in a row with no magic find, and
Yeah, of
sometimes with
course.
magic find. Yeah.
So could I find my own fort as the random one?
Yeah, your own fort will be in the first passage, so Travail Passage. So if you go
Yeah,
to
but
the
I mean,
map,
like, if you keep going, like that fort that I
oh
just found,
no,
what
we,
did
we
I do?
don't no, we don't serve you your own fort.
Okay.
So, but other people will find your fort.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can always go to your fort though.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. So someone asked does that mean your own? If it's your fort, you get more better buff. Yeah. So your own luck tree in your fort gives you an account wide permanent magic find buff.
hmm.
So you just get it. You don't have to activate it. There's no timer on it.
And how did I grow that? Do I have to sacrifice items there too?
Yeah, you have to sacrifice items to it. So I in fact basically don't use the gambler very much. I just give all the items to my luck tree.
Right. That makes sense. So, but was there a reason for me to like feed the other guy's tree, or should I always do my own?
You should do both. So you just need one item to give to someone else's luck tree, and you get a more substantial bonus, but it's
Oh,
timed, right?
I
So
get it. I
yeah,
get
yeah.
it.
So you only get like if your maximum luck tree from your own fort is like 5% magic find, but
Right.
it's account wide and it's permanent. In this case, you get like a 4-minute 18% boost.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so you can just stack them. Do your own, and when you see someone else's fort.
Huh. Something popped up saying lucky. I'm not sure what I
Oh,
got.
that is an indication that your magic find attribute
Oh,
resulted in that drop.
right. Oh, that's
So
pretty cool,
because
actually. That's really nice. I like that.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice to know that your magic find worked.
Yeah.
Like if we're just dropping items, you don't know if that was the result of the magic find or if you just got lucky. But so
Oh,
we
that's
put
awesome.
yeah. So if the generator does make that item, we do label it lucky.
That is actually amazing. Also, somebody asked earlier, what is the best summoner class? Because you talked a little bit about like I think it was poison for this class.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, it's the poison relic is the summoning relic, so you can use it on any of the character classes.
Oh,
Um, yeah, it's just up to you which one's the best. I don't know. I don't. We get pretty even playing numbers from our different character classes. Like there hasn't emerged yet like an obvious favorite. I think the sharpshooter right now is played more than anything else.
yeah.
I think that we've established that at least it changes every time we change the balance, but the Railmaster was actually the strongest class for a little while. But it's all
Nice.
very, very close. Like
And you get
these
to
are,
drive a train. That's pretty hard to beat.
and you get a train, yeah, which I love.
Nice.
You won't find that in Path of Exile.
That's true. That's very true. There's no
Take,
trains.
take that grinding gear. No,
That's
we love those.
awesome.
Those
Yeah.
guys are awesome.
Nice. What kind of like other games have you guys taken inspiration from?
Oh gosh, I don't think there's a way to not get inspiration
Yeah.
from other games.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, the other ARPGs we're intimately aware of and checking out what they're doing. But I mean everything from Minecraft to Overwatch.
Oh, wow.
I don't think that it's impossible not to kind of get inspired by other games.
Yeah.
Like even when you're just like brainstorming ideas, it's all based on kind of the things you've been playing and thought were cool recently. Um, we stand on the shoulders of giants. We say.
Nice. Yeah, I just realized as well, now that you said that Grinding doesn't have trains, that's probably going to be the next 1st of April. Trains in Path of Exile.
Yeah.
So you did say that you guys were going to do seasonal stuff. Are you guys going to do like 1st of April jokes as well, or?
You might.
Nice.
You can't announce your April Fool's jokes.
That's true. That's true. I'm excited. I love those.
Nice. Someone asked what engine we're using. This is the Unreal Engine. The Unreal.
Really? That's crazy how
Which
much
is
you can do in that.
Yeah, it's the first time we've ever used Unreal. We always have used our own kind of custom engines, but for a smaller team to do a multi-platform release, you just get so much benefit from using Unreal that it made sense.
Yeah.
And it's very, very, it's nice to be able to have a question about how your engine works and be able to kind of just Google it and find the answer.
Right.
Like, with your own custom engine, it's like you just got to ask the engineers, how does this whole thing work? But with Unreal, you can literally just Google a question and find stuff.
Nice. Yeah, that must be a relief as well.
Yeah. And sometimes we've had to write our own stuff for a lot of it. Like there's no random level generation utilities in Unreal. And there's a lot of, so a lot of times like we'll say, hey, we need to do this thing that isn't in Unreal. And so we'll write a bunch of custom code and get it working and then find out that it actually was just a checkbox in Unreal. You just had to go find it in their menus.
And was that Unreal 3 or 4?
4.
Okay. Cool. Some people are asking, is this going to be Steam only or will it be released on Epic as well?
Right now we're Steam only. We're very open to whatever the future holds.
Oh.
It was just really a matter, again, it was the bandwidth of the team. Like it's really harder than you think to like support Epic and Steam and GOG. It's almost like you're doing Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh, wow.
And all that other things. But we'll work to get it on those things.
Nice.
Yeah. We're not an exclusive in any way. Like we're only on Steam right now, but not by contract. We can do anything we want.
Oh, cool. Interesting. I didn't know
But
that.
most people are on Steam, so we wanted to start with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about something like loot filters for the game? Like, for example, say I don't want to see gray items anymore.
Um, since we have the whole luck tree and things like that, we didn't feel like it was important to do because it's just you're better off throwing it into your luck tree than not seeing them.
Right.
But if that's something that people want, absolutely we'll put that in.
Cool. Yeah, you guys
We
seem very
listen to our
open to
community.
feedback.
Yeah, totally. Our players know.
Nice. How so I'm not very familiar with Torchlight. When like how long ago was the first Torchlight?
Gosh, it was like almost 10 years ago now, I think.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I think it was like 2008 or something the Torchlight 1 came out. Oh, it was so long ago. I don't know. It all seems like a blur to me now.
Well,
Everything from the before times is all
the
just
before times, yeah, I feel you on that.
yeah, it was just a casserole of memories.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I remember in Torchlight 1, people said, "You're crazy making this game when D3 is going to crush you."
Right.
And then D3 kept getting delayed. And so we started making Torchlight 2. And people said, "You're crazy making Torchlight 2. D3 is going to crush you."
Yeah, and then D3 happened. And
Then
yeah.
D3 happened, and they had a rough launch, and that helped us a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a great job of like getting it back into shape and fixing things. But their rough, early launch certainly helped us with Torchlight 2.
Yeah. I mean D3 gets a lot of flack, especially by the Path of Exile community, but I mean,
Yeah,
especially lately it's probably just because of, lack of updates.
yeah, yeah.
It's a very, very pretty game and it's been pretty smooth so far.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad. Like I say, it's launch day, and people are flooding our servers right now, and so last night I was like, oh God, what if our servers are down when I'm going to go
Yeah,
on the stream and everything's going to
I
be
was
crap?
I was thinking that too, because that's actually the experience I had with Wilson, and I also did like a
Oh,
dev interview there, and their servers were just dying, and I was like,
oh God,
yeah,
that was my worst fear.
yeah, I can understand.
Because you never know. Like that's the thing that happened in early access is like there were 10 times more people hitting our servers than ever had been on before, and that surfaces just a whole new genre of bugs that happens.
Yeah,
Um,
and how
but
does
yeah,
that work now? Like you said before, when you had Diablo 2 issues, you have to like order physical servers, but I'm guessing now you just have to like order
now
more.
we can just scale up into the cloud. So it's much, we have to do it, but it's much faster and much easier to do.
That's awesome.
But it wasn't when we like in our early access when we had our troubles. We call them the troubles. Back in the troubles, it was really only 48 hours that things were bad. But it was not really an issue of capacity. It was, I mean, real not capacity as such, but the volume of people caused a certain chain reaction of things to happen that was causing people to disconnect. Um, and so it was like we were up for 48 hours just tracking it down and
Oh
figuring it
wow,
out and getting it. But yeah, but we're still we're still crawling out of the review bombing hole that we got from that.
that makes sense. Well, I hope you guys can do that because it's been pretty fun so far. Um,
Yeah, it's come a long way. I mean, it is a lot better than it was in those first days of early access for sure.
People are wondering how many people are playing right now.
That's a good question. I can look and see on Steam. We're just like getting rolling, um, and I don't get fully up to date items, but there's at least 2,500 people playing,
Nice.
and that's just Steam PC. We have no idea how many people are playing on Xbox and
Oh yeah,
PlayStation.
true. Oh, I just realized my my ice move like shatters into like loads of pieces in the distance. I hadn't paid attention to that. But I can see like my damage is starting to taper off right now because I'm like clinging to this weapon. Oh no, I don't want to
Yeah.
let go. It's so high chance to freeze.
Yeah.
Oh. And like how far into the game am I right now? I'm guessing I'm not very far.
You're not very far in now. You're still in the first act, and
How many acts are there?
there's three.
Okay,
So yeah, you're very very early.
nice.
Dog
And
is going nuts. I usually feed my dog at this time, and
right.
she's very rigid in her ways as in her old age.
Nice. So after you finish Act 3, then the end game starts, right?
Then the end game starts. Yeah.
Nice. Everyone's just spamming dog emotes. It's adorable. We've already covered the end game earlier in the interview a bit, Lucifer.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to open my door so my dog can get her food, so she'll shut up.
Yeah, no problem.
Hang on
We'll be
1
here
second.
for a while.
I'll be right back.
And if people have questions, just like put it in chat, and I will
Go get your food.
ask him while playing. There you go. There you go, chat. Oh, you can ask if they'll be adding more acts. Yeah. Is this going on YouTube? Yeah.
All right. Much relief for the dog.
Nice. People are asking, will there be more acts than 3? Or yeah, how's that gonna work?
Yes. We are already making the next one.
Nice.
And it's really cool. The next one. You get kind of better as you go as you're making things.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so like the last stuff we made, you end up actually having to go back and fixing all the early stuff you've made. But yeah, the next act is going to be really cool. A lot of fun stuff in there.
Oh, nice. And that's gonna mean more stuff for the end game too, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean every time we make stuff, it's things that can kind of percolate into the end game. Oh yeah, and absolutely, it's different maps for the end game.
Nice.
Even yeah.
Pyramid Pixels is asking, how many years can the devs fund the game with the game's current investment and profits, and how many leagues can we expect per year?
We don't know what our profits are yet.
Yeah.
We just released today. And we'll keep going as long as it makes sense to do so. So I don't know how long that is, but however long it is, we have ideas for that.
Is it ever possible to do move only on left click, so you're not like attacking monsters when you left click on them?
Yeah, there was some way to do that. I think it's in the key bindings
Oh, okay.
menu.
I'll check that out. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Options. Disable click to move. Maybe that it?
That might be it.
No, that's like only making me attack.
No,
Oh, right.
that's
Key
it.
bindings. Force move click.
Yeah, there it is. Force move modifier.
Right, so you can just rebind that to mouse button 1. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm not gonna do that. I'm so used to it now. Let's see there. Awesome. So I'm in multiplayer right now, so I'm guessing it never pauses, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't even pause in single player, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Always got to be careful on hardcore then.
Yeah.
Change the wrong
It
button? No,
doesn't.
I didn't change anything.
Yeah, it doesn't respawn after you've cleared an area, though. So
Oh, okay, nice.
you can kind of just back up and get to a safe spot.
Okay, cool. And things aren't gonna like chase me down or anything while I'm on a menu?
Not if you're far enough away.
Okay.
There's a chase range. Yeah.
Cool. Actually, this is something that gets asked a lot on my stream. What about something like logging out in combat? Are you safe then, or do you stay in for a little while?
You are pretty safe. There might be a couple seconds in there that you're vulnerable, so I wouldn't recommend doing it as a safety mechanism. I mean, use your movement skill to get out of really harsh situations.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's theoretically possible, but it's dangerous.
Nice. And there's no cash shop in game at all, right?
There's no cash shop at all. No item sales of any kind. You pay once and that's it.
Nice. That's pretty refreshing in 2020.
I know, right?
Yep.
But you know what? When we were free to play for the first half of development, and we found that we wanted to do it gently and not exploitatively, but it still meant making these long game loops that kind of would incite you to buy things. And I don't know. It just the whole thing was against the nature and spirit of Torchlight.
That makes sense. I like that. Yeah. If in trouble, Alt F4. Got it. It's gonna be interesting to see. Like, I'm hoping that a few days from now, I'll just be like, "Hey, Max, I killed the last boss, still not dead."
I will be extremely, extremely impressed.
Nice.
Although we do find that you can tell when someone has played a lot of PoE or something like that. You just play smoother and better than most people do.
Yeah, a
And
lot of games
you
are
know
very
the
similar.
strategy of you know the you know the strategy of don't get hit.
That's it. That's all you
Yeah.
need. That is all you need. Um. Oh. Oh, actually, yeah. People are asking, can you reset instances and farm the same zone over and over again, like in the campaign?
Um, right now we don't have a manual way to reset instances. You can just leave it and then come back in 10 minutes and it'll be reset.
Okay. Um, is that something you think will change?
We might make a way for you to randomly reset instances. It's something we've talked about a little bit because it's just kind of handy.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of options. You can run. There's map scrolls and
Okay.
there's things you can do.
Llama's
But yeah,
great. I'm guessing my llama can never die.
no. But if they get too injured, they run away for a few minutes,
Oh.
which comes into play in some boss fights.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden you're on your own and the boss is focusing entirely on you.
Yeah, it's been pretty
Um,
great having the llama as a tank so far.
yeah, yeah, they help. They're helpful pets.
I haven't tried any other ones so far. Um, do they all have like the same like default attack strength, or is that based on my weapon?
It is based on everyone can just swing a sword, but it's based on the weapon. And like for example, a mace is different than a sword. Like a mace will do heavy damage to one target, and the
Yeah.
sword kind of sweeps in an arc and hits multiples. But yeah, just check your tooltips kind of for like what it does for the basic attack. Sometimes it's a little bit unintuitive. It isn't necessarily just like its damage is what you hit with.
Yeah. My God, I'm in love with freezing. I'm just
Yeah,
never switching off this weapon.
yeah. That I'm reconsidering my no nerf pledge now.
It's so nice. I wish if at least you can freeze bosses.
Yeah.
This is gonna make Max nerf the freeze mechanic. Sorry, chat. Let's see. Do I have more skill points? No, still need to get level 10. There's no
Oh yeah.
trading or auction house at the moment.
Like I said, we're considering
Oh,
doing
then just keep
a limited
coming.
trade,
Carpe
but that would be
diem.
in an update.
Yeah. I love how they like get covered in icicles when I face them. It looks great.
Yeah.
Is there a way for me to upgrade my inventory size?
There is not. You can get stash tabs for your. I don't know if you noticed, but your pet has an inventory too. So if you can send those items to your pet's inventory, and kind of so you have like
Oh,
double the
send to
size.
pet.
Yeah. So you just hover over it and hit X. Just
Oh, cool. I knew that.
there you
I
go.
was. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you can send your pet to town to sell your items if you want.
Okay, but that won't. But it's better to do my tree, right?
Yeah, it's better to do your tree. However, if you're out of gold and you're out of potions, you got to send your pet in
Yeah.
to make money.
That makes
Sometimes
sense.
you have to sell your items for money. In the higher difficulty levels, sometimes you can start to get a deficit of potions.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually almost out of potions earlier, but now I'm doing pretty okay on them.
Yeah, you're rolling right now.
Yep. Is there a max to that?
20,
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
they stop dropping when you hit 20 too.
Oh, okay. Is there any benefit from playing in a party? Fico was asking.
You actually go faster. Like you're getting, everyone gets the credit for the kills, and you can just move faster and level faster.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not a radical difference, but it is slightly more efficient.
Yeah.
And it's important in the end game too. Like in the Fazir's dungeon thing, you have to beat like 3 levels of a challenge to go to the next level of the dungeon. And if you die, you have to rerun it. But if you're in a party, you can res the guy.
Okay.
You
What
can res
about
your
things like
part.
XP range and stuff like that? Like, is that like generous or?
It is pretty generous. If you play too far down, you start losing XP, or not losing XP, but you don't get as much.
Hmm. And what about difficulty scaling?
With party size, it does scale, but like I say, you still do get a benefit. It is more efficient in a party.
Yeah. Nice. All right, let's try Skittles.
There you go.
I wish I had a better ranged weapon. Oh.
Yeah, they start to get quick and hard to get up and whack.
Yeah, my ranged weapon's pretty bad. It's actually like a level 3 weapon, I think. It's actually hitting me. That's not what I want. It's the opposite of my strategy. Oh. So apparently I missed something called a lore book. Are those important?
No, they kind of give you a little bit of the story. Some people are really into lore, and some people just like can't hit escape fast enough to get away.
That's me.
To get away from
that one's me.
So the lore books, yeah, they'll just tell you a little bit about what's going on, what the characters are, what they're doing, and where this fits into the story. They're kind of fun. You can just kind of listen to them while you're playing. Like you don't have to stop the action.
Nice. Oh.
Yeah, she drops those webs and gets you stuck on them.
Yeah, it's really annoying, but at least I have my movement ability now, and my llama's tanking.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I should have called him Mr. Llama.
Mr. Llama,
yeah.
SC, right?
That's it. Yeah, you can swap relics. I've already swapped mine once.
No, you cannot swap your relic.
Oh, what's the thing I swapped then?
What did you swap?
It was the thing for my legendary weapon. I thought that was my relic.
Oh yeah, no. Your relic is your freeze, your cold,
Oh.
your cold skill tap. You pick that right at the beginning, cold heart.
Okay.
That is when you pick it for your character, that sticks with you.
Oh, and that can't be respec'd at all.
It cannot.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you have to make a new guy.
Okay, so that you're happy with, I imagine.
Yeah, I like making multiple guys. I like having a little fleet of guys.
Yeah. What about like the user interface? Is that customizable at all, or can you not move?
You can scale it. You can scale it up and down right now.
Oh,
nice. But that would be something that if we did mods, you'd be able to just swap out graphics for. Yeah, the scaling of the UI was an important thing because since we're on consoles, like when you're sitting on your couch 10 feet away from your TV, it's very different than when you have your ultra wide giant 4K monitor 18 inches from your face,
Yeah, for sure. No, that's really nice. I think I'm gonna scale mine up a little bit then, actually, so I can see my health bar better. Yeah. I want to make sure that doesn't go empty.
But we had it bigger before, and then some people thought that kind of added to it looking like a mobile game.
All right. Yeah, I usually prefer that it's like easy to see.
Yeah.
It's like a hardcore player thing.
And again, from the couch on your TV is a whole different thing.
Yeah, for sure. And like, since the loot is localized, I'm guessing playing with more people doesn't like give you better drops.
It does not give you better drops, except insofar as you're getting more because there's your teammates are also killing things, and you're getting drops from that.
Are there more monsters?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice. It sounds like it could be pretty beneficial to play in a party then.
Yeah, it's just, but it's not a radical difference.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of really what you enjoy doing.
Nice.
But again, in the end game, it does make it easier to level up with the party because you can get rezzed.
Yeah. I love the little vent thing. That's great. There we go. All right.
Short work of these guys.
Yeah, it's easy. Just don't get hit. Oh, hello? That's a legendary Egg of Mayhem.
Oh, man.
What is that? Legendary Focus. Cast Frostburst. Also cast a skill from another random relic. Oh. But I can't use that because I'm using a two-hander.
You're using a two-hander, yeah. This might be your impetus to change.
But I love my two-hander. Let's see. And I get a new one now, right? Cast Frostbite also casts.
Oh, I know at level 20 you unlock the second one.
Yeah, but I mean, I have the Egg of Mayhem here now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and you start with a few that you can pick. Like we start you with like 4 or 5 that you can use.
So is this a legendary as well, like Frenzy's Blade?
Yep.
there a belt slot in this game? I don't think there is, right?
What belt slot now?
I like the headhunter as a pant item in this game. And the ones I start with, is that random?
No, those are, we just give you some basic ones to start
Okay,
with.
cool.
Otherwise you have to find them.
Cool. Everyone's a big fan of the headhunter one already. Here we go. Wolfram. Magic shield or magic focus? I already have. I just want more two-handed weapons. Could I actually get a legendary from a quest reward?
Yep.
Oh.
You can get a legendary from a crate. Kicking a crate. It's a pretty remote. It's remote, but you can find
this
them.
is a great question. Question for Max from Donald. What's the feature, mechanic, or design decision in the game you're personally the most proud of?
Boy, that's a good question. I love our character classes because they're unique. I love that we've put a twist on the forts, in that you can kind of use other people's forts, and they're kind of a social thing.
See you more in the future.
Gosh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I have to think about that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Namaste is asking if it is eventually coming to Mac and Linux, like Torchlight 1 and 2 did.
We do not have specific plans for that, but again, like everything is up in the air. If there's a right now, it just doesn't it doesn't justify the work to do it, because there are dozens of them that want that, and it just doesn't make sense right now. The Mac market is shrinking, and the Linux people are very passionate, but not very many.
Yeah. There's dozens of us. Yeah.
Yeah, if the game blows up and we're selling a ton, then of course, then everything kind of becomes economically wise to do. But that's just a business decision on that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Brooks is asking, what were the main changes from early access in this release version?
So the big changes were the relic update that made the choice of the relic into a traditional skill tree and something that you pick up front. When we started early access, you only had your 2 skill trees, and it just felt like that was like it was a step back, and you felt like there are fewer skill choices than there were in Torchlight 2. There weren't, because of the relics stuff, but that didn't surface until you were like level 5 or 6, and then the legendarium stuff came later, and so it was hidden. And so everyone's first impression was this is a step back. You don't have as much stuff. So making that part of character creation just changed things completely. You really got a sense that, okay, there are a full amount of skills, and there's a ton of customizability here. And so that was a huge one that we made from the early access feedback. And there's so many. I mean, there's infinite number of little tuning changes we made based on early access.
Yeah.
The change to the business model from free to play to premium was very much in part because of the community feedback.
Nice. That's really good. It seems like there's been a lot of changes based on that, which is always good to see.
Yeah. No, we are very into our feedback.
That's good.
Yeah.
And the somebody was asking about my tree. The bars under the tree was like the level that I've upgraded my tree to. So it's like level 2 now.
Correct.
How do I see? I'm guessing there's no buff like the other one where I see like the buff there permanently.
Oh no, that one's just account wideness there all the time, so it didn't warrant a temporary icon.
I've just cleared the abandoned mine, right? Or am I remembering wrong?
Yeah, you're supposed to go to the excavated workshop now.
Yeah. Oh. Unique monster. All right. So is this like this guy here? Like, would this be a random spawn, or would he always be in this area?
That is a random spawn.
Oh. Is there anything similar to like, Diablo has like treasure goblins, and a lot of games do have something like that. Is there anything like that in this game?
Well, we have our mimics.
Yeah.
But no, generally we keep the item find a random thing, so that people don't just decide I'm just going to go hunt for a certain thing and only play that because that's the way you get this item.
Yeah.
That always seems to me to be kind of a degenerative thing where you're playing the mechanic instead of the game.
That makes
So
sense.
we try to have items, like I said, you can find the best item from a crate. It's a tiny chance, but there's it's at least enough that keeps you clicking crates.
Right. Somebody's saying there's something called Phase Beast portals, which is like similar.
Yeah, so Phase Beast is a monster that you'll see, and if you kill that monster, he opens a portal for a special little dungeon that you can do. That's just basically a boss fight.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
How rare are
they're
they?
worthwhile. They're worthwhile doing because it's like right to the boss fight where you get a good drop.
Nice. And how often do you encounter these?
They're randomly, and they don't come early in the game here. You won't find one, I don't think, for a little while yet. But when they come, you'll get one about every hour or so.
Okay, cool.
Maybe more than that, even if you're in certain areas.
Nice. Well, let's hope I find one. Let's see. Just reading through the questions here. My character looks like TikTok. What? What is it? Is it my frost shield ability that's making me like frozen over? Or is it my
Yeah,
weapon? Oh
no,
yeah, it
it's
is the
your
frost
frost.
shield. Yeah, you're
It's
right.
frost shield. Yeah.
Have you guys had any like really like fun bugs? Like anything that was just very entertaining?
I don't think any of the bugs are fun. They cause us deep pain.
I believe that, yeah.
But yeah, there was a fun bug where in the Act 2 town, there's one of the NPCs has a little pen with a llama in it,
Uh-huh.
and at one point, for some reason, there was just like 400 llamas in the pen.
Nice. Oh, it's awesome.
It was pretty
Probably
awesome.
not awesome to fix, but yeah.
Yeah, no, the ones that don't ruin the gameplay in some way are fine.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, I was gonna scale up my UI. Oops. Without that guy killing me. Let's see. Options. Is that in video settings? Where would the user interface be? Let's see. There, UI scale. Let me max it. Oh, nice. That's way better. Awesome. I like having a big UI saying like keep track of my health bar.
Yeah.
And where do you guys have servers now? Like for people that are playing multiplayer, like is that pretty much accessible from all over the world?
Yeah, we have U.S. servers, Europe servers, Australia servers, and China servers right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And what if I'm like on an airplane and I launch Steam in offline mode? Can I play the single player mode completely offline?
Yes, single player mode
Oh,
is very available offline.
awesome. And those characters, I'm guessing, can never go back online.
No, they're segregated communities because you can cheat offline.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I think a lot of people want that for Path of Exile, but I don't think that would ever work. But
yeah, it'd be hard to do.
maybe some sort of soul self-fun mode.
Yeah.
Like a lot of different monster types.
Yep, they're all over. This is kind of this level is sort of a foreshadowing of the last act, which is the Econoc Mountains act, where you fight all these little automatons, little robots.
Oh no.
So this is a little morally ambiguous as you as a robot killing other robots.
Yeah, I don't. This just doesn't feel right to me.
I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to help these guys. They're my people. He said that there wasn't. Somebody was asking about Mephisto runs, and he said like there are bosses that might end up being like that, but that's you have to figure that out, kind of thing.
Yeah, how that all shakes out in the end is, just going to be emergent gameplay.
Yep. That's the best. The game is buy to play, and with no cash up. Yeah. Feels weird saying that in 2020.
It shouldn't, but yeah.
I know. It's just like every game almost has like, oh yeah, you can buy this thing, but it doesn't really matter. And then you have people spending like $10,000.
Room for that in the world, but
yeah,
that's not what we're doing.
I love it. I'm a big fan of buy to play myself. Especially with no cash up. Now you have a lot of games also doing buy to play with cash up.
Someone asked when you unlock enchanting. That is after you complete the story mode. So you'll be about level 44,
Oh, right.
and
Oh,
and then you'll do and then you'll do the end game stuff with the enchanting. And that the level cap for that is level 60, but you'll hit that well before you're at the end of the end game. That's just when you start getting skill points and stuff.
Actually, what is the max level in this?
60.
All right, cool. And is that something that's ever going to change, or are we like hard capped at 60?
No, we'll change it, as we go. As we add new acts and stuff, if it becomes appropriate, we can change it.
Nice, cool. And so my damage right now, do I have low damage, high damage, or like what's like the ideal time to kill that you guys want?
Just looking at you playing right now, you're doing pretty good.
Okay, that's good.
But it's partly that guy seems to have stopped attacking. Oh, you've got
I'm
him
just
frozen,
permafreezing him.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good. Yeah, you understand how to play.
Yeah, I was just worried because I haven't upgraded my weapon in a long time.
Yeah, and it'll get harder and harder, and there will come a time.
No, 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 no. There will not come a time. This is it for me. I'm like surviving. I think even chat is starting to believe that I will never die. I think maybe. Actually, I think. Damn it! Somebody just timestamped. There will come a time. That's gonna be a highlight video if I die.
Yeah.
Oh. So, all these like boulders and stuff that I'm mining that's part of the crafting, right?
Just keep coming.
Yeah, and it's
Thanks for making
it's basically
my
for
days
fort
better.
decor right now.
Right.
Like if you're into
Yours, and
making your fort, you're going to
appreciate
need
all
to
the
harvest
hard
some
work
items
you put into
to get the things you
streaming.
need. It's not something you need to stress out about, though. If
Yeah.
you don't want to harvest, just leave them.
Okay, cool. Would be
there's a
embarrassing
that-
to die while you're here. I want to I want to survive. Oh, oh no. Oh no. I opened my inventory mid-fight. That was not good. Oh wait, that's the face beast.
That's a phase beast. That's a phase beast.
Do I have to kill it fast?
Yeah.
Oh, I can freeze it. Oh no!
Oh, no, you didn't get him fast enough.
Yeah, I don't think my damage is that good.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Well, I found one at least. We found one, chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you know what they look like. Now you know what they look like, and you're ready
Yeah.
for it.
Wow. I froze him. I was hoping I could permanently freeze him.
No, his timer is still ticking, even if he's frozen.
Oh. How long? How many seconds do I have?
I know it's like about 15, 20 seconds.
Okay. And do I have to fully kill it or only halfway mark or?
No, kill it.
Oh. Oh, there's another one.
Oh, yeah, very lucky.
Okay, come on. Full DPS. Let's go. More dots. Please die. Oh my god, please die. No?
Come on.
Oh, we got it! Woo!
Very good.
All right, let's see. Oh, that was great. Face dungeon portals. Defeat face beasts. You gain direct access to a random boss dungeon. Your character will respawn out in the world if defeated. Wait, how does this work for hardcore? If I die in here, am I not dead?
You do not want to die.
Oh, okay,
here.
cool.
So this is a moment of potential death.
Oh, I've already mastered this boss fight. Oh, he's way tankier now.
Yeah, it levels for you.
Yeah, I can tell. I need new weapon upgrades. To be fair, I have had weapon upgrades. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to ditch.
Yeah. But your freezing does no good against wide load.
I know, Churro. I don't think I have anything I could switch to either, though. Mid fight, I probably should have switched. But I mean, whenever he spawns ads, I'll be freezing them. So.
Yeah. I
I regret everything. I should get like a better gun at least. my gun's pretty low too. So what kind of rewards can I get from this? Is this like a really, really big chance to get legendaries?
I mean, it's a better chance to get legendaries, and you'll have a boss chest.
Oh, nice.
About to get the add-ons.
Yep. It's gonna be a while, this fight.
Uh,
I regret everything. I'll try to like, I wonder if I should gamble for a new weapon. Wait, are these? Oh, I thought they were gonna explode on me. Let's see. Are there boss uniques? Oh, that's a great question. Are there uniques that only drop from like some bosses?
no, like I said before, there's a chance of getting any item from anything,
Yeah.
but you get better chances of getting them from certain things like bosses.
Oh, this is spawning a lot of mobs. It's gonna be a hard fight.
Yeah, your sword is starting to
Show its weakness.
show its age. Yeah.
I just gotta. Oh no! Oh no! Oh. Oh no. Well, I mean, at least the ads can't really do much. I just freeze them, except the ranged one.
Yeah, your stick and move is advanced. I can see you've done a lot of this.
Yep. That's how we do it. Just don't
Yeah.
get hit. At least it's on my llama again now. Oh, no.
And just so viewers know, we're in hard mode here. There are two difficulty modes that are harder than this one,
Yeah,
and they
true.
go up pretty quickly.
And I could change to that now, right?
You can change up. You can only do it at character select though, so you can't do it on the fly. So you got to like quit out and go to character
Yeah.
select and do it there.
And that would give me better loot, correct?
It will not give you better loot, except that you will get you end up getting better loot because you get more of the little champion packs and stuff
Right.
like that when you're fighting. Those give better loot, so you will get better loot, but there is no intrinsic better loot part of it. You know, just for being in the higher difficulty level.
Yeah. Hey, I'm playing on a pretty high difficulty rating, chat. I've never played this game before.
Yeah, this is this is given your abilities, this is appropriate. I normally wouldn't recommend people play hardcore on their first time at all, much less on hard mode.
Uh-oh. Oh wait, I've hit level 10. But I don't have Now I wish it paused so I could assign my skill point.
So you can do your skill, yeah. There will be time. I don't think you're gonna die here.
Yeah, I just gotta keep dodging. I'm just worried about the ceiling things because I've already had to use potions this fight. Oh, and I just noticed I've like replenished potions from the ads.
Yeah, the ads will have potions.
Okay.
And one cool thing is that they'll have sometimes you're out of potions and it's like desperate, and the ads will have a little potion indicator over their head if they're going to drop.
I thought that
one.
was
So you can get-
dynamite, but yeah, I get it. Cool. I've been like worried that we're gonna explode on me. Cool. New ads. Oh no.
New ads and the ceiling things.
Oh yeah, true. It's actually a pretty decent damage from my gun when he gets fully warmed up.
Yeah.
What about on death effects? Yeah, so I've killed quite a few enemies so far that like explode on death and stuff.
Yeah, they have different things they do on death.
Oh, here's a great question. Is there any damage reflection in the game?
Let me think if we had that. I always call that the thorns
Thorns,
ability
yeah.
from the Diablo days. I don't think we have thorns in right now. We have life steal and things like that, but
All right, keep it out of the game. I'm switching over. I don't play PoE anymore. It's my main enemy. Reflect is just evil.
I've never gone deep. I've never gone deep into PoE though. What is your preferred affix there for the?
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you freeze there, or what is your
Oh, right, right, right.
what is your strategy there?
Yeah, no, I mean, I do prefer freezing. There's like something about like, there's a thing called Herald of Ice in Path of Exile, and shattering with that kind of makes like a big chain reaction. It just feels amazing.
Feels
That's like the
satisfying.
most satisfactory thing. Anything like that that has like, where you can make a chain explosion just feels great.
Feels great. Yeah.
Yeah, big fan of that. And just shattering things in general, freezing things.
Yeah. People are complaining the boss is taking too long.
I know, that's my bad. I don't have enough damage.
He's whittling it down. We're more than halfway through.
He's like charging very far now.
Yeah, sometimes like you don't see the tell, so because he's off screen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I see my llama's dead for like 2 minutes. I get it.
Oh yeah, he's gone. So now he's just focusing on you.
That's why I'm not getting that much time to damage. Oh. Only one more ad stage left.
I think there's one more.
Yeah.
They're basically at the quarters.
Uh-oh. Maybe time to change pet? I don't know. I like my llama. That ability that the pets have, how do I use that actually? Is that automatic?
Yeah, so that's in your skill panel, and every pet that you find just adds to your menu of skills that you can put on your pet. So like once you find a pet and you send them away or whatever, you at least get that skill now. So you can go to the when you get a break.
Okay, cool.
You can go to your skills panel and see how to slot in the pet skills.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check that after this. I thought it was like automatic or something, but yeah, that makes sense.
And we made it that system because people are passionate about what pet they want to play because it looks like their cat or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they don't want to say like, to get that ability, I have to play the llama or something. We didn't want to have that be. So you basically the pets have a little like skill tag that.
So that's similar to the legendary then. So you have to like get it first, but then you can use any ability.
But then you can use it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You just have it now.
And there's like, is there any like strength difference between pets, or is that all based on your gear?
No, it's all based on the gear and the
Happy 2
skills.
years,
We wanted to
Ziz.
make them
Hope
just
you're
about
enjoying
the appearance.
I bought
Awesome.
it
Because
a few
again,
months
people have
ago,
their
but
thing.
haven't
People want
jumped
to play
in
their
yet.
pet.
Awesome. I like that. Wonder how many people have a llama or an alpaca.
They're pretty popular.
I meant more in real life.
I play in real life. Yeah. They're a very versatile farm animal. From what
Yeah. All right, now we're doing it.
Yeah.
Ad stage is done. Uh-oh. And my alpaca's back up.
Oh yeah. Good.
Oh. Any on-death effect of mobs? Yep. Seen things like volatiles already. Oh.
They start to get some really cool things that they can do to you. Like when you're in the third act, it's all sort of electric based. Like the goblin area is predominantly fire based stuff, and then the next area is mostly poison based stuff, and then the third area is mostly electric based hazards. And it like they'll disable one of your skills for a few seconds. It's pretty crazy. Like you're like, wait, I can't do my go-to skills all of a sudden.
And can that disable your movement skill?
No, you can always move.
Okay.
Mostly what happens is you get penned in, and that's why you want to use your movement skills.
Yeah. All right, we're almost there.
You've actually got pretty good damage resistance too. Even when they are hitting you, it isn't taking you
Yeah.
down.
Is it easy to get one shot in this game?
You can get one shot in this game, especially at the higher difficulty levels, and if you're not paying attention to how you're equipped. For example, like if you're fighting a boss that's doing a fire attack and you've ignored your fire resistance, you can get one shot. If you're doing it right, one shot kills generally aren't very fun.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it right, you should never get one shot killed.
Okay, cool.
It's at least 2.
All right.
But that's hard. That's really hard to balance because people have wildly different stats.
Yeah.
Just based on what
we did it.
nice.
I need a new weapon. Please stop. Ooh, Mr. Toasty. Please be something I can use. Legendary test gun. Oh my god. Coal launch. If above 75 heat, more coal fragments rain down on enemies for 120 weapon damage each.
That is way better.
That is way better.
You're finding a lot of.
I'm farming. Oh, that is great.
So someone hit the streamer balance.
Streamer RNG. Ooh, tuxedo cat.
We were nowhere near organized enough to have something like that.
That's fair. That's fair. I love the honesty. Honestly, it's very great. Send home. All right, boss chest. Let's go. I just got a second Mr. Toasty.
That is crazy.
Wait, and this is actually better. So there are rolls on the weapon too.
There's some variability to the weapons. We have obviously turned legendaries too high now.
I love it. I have a Mr. Toasty now.
Yeah.
Rigged? Nice. All right, yeah, that does way more damage.
And back you are in your shop.
So beast,
that is the phase beast experience right there.
This phase beast came out of here. Does this always appear here? So if I like rerun this zone?
No. If you rerun that, you'll get a whole different dungeon layout, whole different monsters, and everything. Everything is randomized.
Cool. Is there any like death log when you die that shows what killed you?
I don't think so.
Is that something that could be added?
That's probably something we should have, huh?
Yeah. That's like something that'll make a lot of at least PoE players happy because there's nothing like that in PoE.
Oh yeah, okay.
And everyone wants that. Everyone's asking me to test it now. Well, that was awesome.
It's just it's going to be infuriating to see though that like you died because of an exploding barrel or something after fighting all these bosses.
Oh yeah, let's try the pet skill. And poison dart. Let's see. Ice golem. Huh. So that's like a summoner thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it. Oh.
That'd be fun to try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. We'll try. Basic attacks have a chance to fire a cluster of flying. Oh, that sounds cool too. I'm gonna try that.
That's a passive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. And how do I put on the pet skill? Do I have to drag it?
The pet. No, there's go back to the skills. There's a pet tab, far right there, and then down below are your pet skill areas. Yeah, so you have 2 slots you can put pet skills into.
Oh, hello. But this this battle cry, like how do I use that, or does the pet use that automatically?
The pet does it automatically.
Oh, okay, cool.
They're all things that the pet does.
Oh, awesome.
And there are some of them are auras that the pet just kind of has all the time, so it's kind of like a passive pet skill. But the other ones are things they cast periodically.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, crash course. Here we go. Let's see.
You can't use that skill.
Oh, another boss. All right, Stormbringer. All right, well, let's try out this golem. Oh, I haven't fought this one before. Electric? Oh
yeah, he's got a big mace on a chain.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, let's try the golem. There we go. Uh-oh. And I'm guessing I can only have one golem up at a time.
Yeah.
All right, well, he's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing his work.
Well, this is like another level of damage. I can actually see the health bar going down. The new weapon's so good.
Yeah.
Does the game have a day and night cycle?
Yes.
All right.
It's just cosmetic though.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, that is a lot of mobs. Oh, he crushed my ice golem. Oh no. Alright. We gotta get him back up. There we go. What are the resources for? So the relic energy here, that's like for a
Yeah.
lot
So
of...
when you're in combat, the relic energy thing will go up, and that's how you can cast your relic
Yeah.
active skills, which is your ice golem in this case.
Yeah, and then I have overheat as well, which is sort of basically like if I keep firing my auto attack, which is doing a lot of damage, my robot will eventually overheat and won't be able to attack very much. So if I just leave this now, you'll see that it'll start like attacking a lot slower until I have too much heat. And then I have another move that uses my heat and it discharges it. Let's see. There we go. Let's see if we get more legendaries. Scroll of the Lifebound and an old V2 blaster.
Yeah, so with Scrolls of Lifebound, you can apply that to an item that you have, and it'll boost your the stats of the item by 20%.
Oh.
But you lose the item if you die.
That
Now,
sounds
as
great for
hardcore,
me.
you're gonna lose everything, so you may as well.
So I could do that on my Mr. Toasty.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Oh, it only works. It doesn't work on legendaries, I think.
Oh, it doesn't work on legendaries. Okay, so it does work on the rares though.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do that on my sword. Can I do it multiple times? No, I can't.
Not just one.
Huh. And I have respectable points. Awesome.
Yep. The respectable, you have to build a thing in your fort to use it at that.
Awesome. Let's see. I'll grab the... I'll just send this to my pet. And we'll sacrifice a lot of them. Awesome. Cool. But yeah, no, dude, thank you so much for, I think there was 2 hours we were to pump for the dev interview, and thank you so much for joining us. I think everyone really, really liked that. Twitch chat, please say thank you to Max for joining us here today.
Hey, thanks for doing the stream and having us, and I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It's a lot of fun so far.
Awesome, and thanks to everyone for your questions, and to the community for giving us all the proper criticisms during early access. It made a difference, and you don't always want to hear negative things, but it sure helps. So thank you to everybody.
Nice. Thank you so much. And I'll be playing this for another 2 days and at least. And
Awesome.
yeah, looking forward to seeing what you guys come out with. And thank you for all the honest questions and answers.
Yeah, thanks everybody, and again, appreciate you doing the stream for us.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Bye.
See you later.
That was awesome. He was like very, very candid with a lot of the answers, which I really liked. I thought that was like very important. Very cool, dude. I've met him before at XLCon as well. Truly is a great guy. Yeah, no, they're very lucky to have someone like that working for them. So it's and with them in their company. Super honest interview, 10 out of 10. Yeah, that was really cool. And I like that he wasn't like scared to say like I was very surprised he said he didn't like respecs. Like I'm a big fan of respecs. I like both, but I'm like definitely more in like team respect. So I like that he was like, he like stuck to his guns on stuff. I think that's really cool. He's like very honest. Well then I'm actually enjoying it quite a lot. Yeah, I'll upload the entire dev interview to YouTube as well.